Hi, welcome back to our podcast today. So glad that you were able to join us. I'm going to mention a little bit about who I am because I think it's important for you to understand a little bit about my journey. I am a retired registered nurse who's been in the business for 52 years. And the last job I had was as a nursing professor in a local college. In 2019, I became critically ill starting out with abdominal pain. Come to find out, I had acute bowel necrosis, didn't know it. And they had to do surgery on me immediately within 2 hours or I would be dead. I was on a ventilator in the ICU for 3 days, and it was also a long journey. I was in the hospital about 4 months. I lived through that, and thank goodness, but then my next challenge was I fell at work, and I fell directly on my chin and broke both jaws in my face. Then my next challenge was the large journey, where I went to the hospital because I fell again and I fractured the right tibial plateau. And so they put me in a long leg brace, and I was in the brace for 14 weeks, doing quite well after I got out of the brace, but what we didn't know is I had a small wound on my left great toe. I think it was from a pedicure. And that became infected. I got osteomyelitis, and then it turned into gangrene. We tried, that's why I had the amputation in the left leg. We tried desperately to save the right leg. I went through a lot of vascular studies, a lot of interventions to try to open the vessels in my right leg, and we were not successful. I had another little sore on my second toe that became infected, and again I developed gangrene. So therein is the right leg amputation. Major challenge for me. All of them have been major challenges. In 2019, there was a possibility I would not survive. In fact, I even had a near-death experience. In 2020, with my fall breaking my leg, it set me on a journey that I never thought I would go through in my life. I was in the hospital for 16 months, and a lot of that had to do with the amputations, but there were other complications that I developed throughout the stay. When I heard that I had to have the left leg amputated, I really wasn't that upset because the gangrene was causing such terrific pain to that leg. And I just told him, I said, take it off. I can't stand it any longer. Take it off. The right leg, I had a little more trouble accepting. In fact, I met with a physician and I asked him, what happens if I decide not to have the right leg amputated? He said, Robbie, you'll be in extreme pain. We will keep you as comfortable as we possibly can. The gangrene will progress and you will lose the leg anyway. And he said the pain will be excruciating. So that's when I decided to have the right leg amputated. It didn't make it much easier for me to accept, but I did. After I had the legs amputated, I started thinking, because I was in the hospital, and I started thinking about what my future would become. I started thinking, what am I going to do without legs? How am I going to function? What is my life going to be like? And it was difficult for me at the time of the amputations to remain positive. But what I learned is You will find some positivity in your life. You will decide to continue on, and you will be able to function. I got my legs, my prosthetics, in December of 2021. And I will tell you, they were difficult. When I first put them on, they hurt. They hurt so bad I couldn't possibly stand. But as time has gone on, I was able to stand. I'm now able to walk, not far, but I am able to walk some steps. I'm able to transfer from outside to the car, inside the car, and back again. I'm able to transfer to and from my bed or to a chair. Now, I still have to have a little assistance with all those things. I still have to have assistance when I'm walking because I'm not real stable yet. But I'll get there. I'll get there. I've come this far and I've progressed this much that I know I will continue to progress. I told you my story because I wanted you to understand that there will be down times for you. There will be times that you think, why am I going to live? Why should I live? And then there are times where you're going to think, it is something I can deal with, and I will deal with it. My message to all of you is to never give up. Keep hope. Keep your faith. My faith was very important in my healing process. Keep pushing. And some days, especially on those tired days, you have to push because you've got to do your exercises, you've got to work with your therapist, and make yourself do things sometimes that hurt, but it's okay because the next day it doesn't hurt. Thank you for joining the podcast. I wish you well, and please put any questions or comments at the bottom of this page. I will answer them. And I wanted to let you know that on May 25th, we're going to have a very special guest. We're going to have Mark Fuccarelli, who was a Boston bombing survivor. He lost his right leg and his left leg was horribly damaged. Mark is looking forward to helping us with the podcast, and I hope you'll tune in. Thank you very much.